Hello and welcome to the Collegewise Virtual College Fair. My name is Josh. I'll be facilitating the conversation this evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Just a couple of announcements before we get started. You're going to hear presentations from 6 universities who will each speak for about 6 minutes on giving information about their respective university. I encourage you to ask questions. You can use the Q&A button. You see that on your screen. Just click it and ask questions. You can direct your questions to any of our panelists, any of the presenters, or ask general questions about applying to university. Really anything related to university admission is fair game here. Your camera and microphone are turned off, so the panelists won't be able to see or hear you. So that question and answer tool is really the only way you have to interact with us. This is just one of many different sessions happening as part of this Collegewise College Fair series. There are a couple more sessions still tonight, so be sure to sign up for some others. Also, the presentation is being recorded, so if you want to revisit it, you can come back in about a week, maybe sooner, on the same website where you registered. You'll find it there, as well as recordings of all of the other presentations related to the college fair. So if you've missed something else, you can find that too. I'd now like to turn it over to our first presenter, who is Jackie from the University of Roehampton in London.
Great, thank you so much, Josh. I am going to put up my presentation for you guys so you guys can get a glimpse of University of Roehampton. Great, so I just want to say welcome to the presentation. Thank you guys for coming. My name is Jackie Christopher. I'm the regional manager for University of Roehampton. And University of Roehampton, we are London's campus university. So a lot of universities in London, you won't get that campus feel, but with University of Roehampton, we get 54 acres of parkland campus. Everything's right there, nurse's office, library, housing. It's very beautiful, very quaint. So this is kind of a picture of Roehampton on the right-hand side that you can see where students are on campus, enjoying the area. And here's another picture of Roehampton. You would not think this is London, but this is actually London. We are a top 10 university in London. We are 30 minutes away from the center of London. So we are southwest of London. We're about 10 minutes away from Wimbledon. So you get the best of both worlds. You get that beautiful green parkland campus, but you can go into the center of London whenever you want. And we've been teaching for over 175 years. And with University of Roehampton, we have been teaching for, we have about 8,000 students on campus. We represent 141 nationalities, and 10% of our students are classified as overseas. We have 9 academic departments, and 93% of our graduates are in employment or further study within 6 months of graduating. And, you know, because we are London, there's so many different opportunities that you can get involved in. We have over 1,000 museums and galleries in London that you can experience. There's a lot of work opportunities. So there's always something to do in London and at Roehampton. But yeah, like I said, with Roehampton, with everything's right there. You get that American campus feel, but you can go into the center of London whenever you like. And this is just to show you a map of London and where we're located. So if you can see over here in the top right, Houses of Parliament, Tate Modern, British Museum, St. Paul's Cathedral. We are southwest. You can see Wimbledon. We are about 2 blocks away from Richmond Park, which is King Henry VIII's royal hunting ground when he was king. And now it's a public park that a lot of stag hang around. There's a lot of wildlife. But yeah, that's where he used to go hunting when he was king. And this is to show you our campus and what it looks like. So we are made up of 4 colleges. We have Digby Stewart, Southlands, Whitelands, and Froebel. So these areas where you can see like a blue dotted line, This splits off the different colleges. So when you are living on campus, you are part of that college community. And you just select the accommodation that you choose and you're part of it, part of that college community. And when you are there, you are experiencing college life. I kind of think of it as Harry Potter-esque, where you're in that college community and then you compete against each other. So we have college cup challenges. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of different student life activities on campus. It's a great time. So these are our academic departments. We have the business school, we have dance, drama, theater, and performance, education, humanities, life sciences, media, culture, and language, psychology, and social sciences. And we are #1 for a new university in London for the quality of research. We are highly ranked in research. We're rated 4 stars or 3 stars, world leading or internationally excellent. And a high proportion of research in every department of the university is now world class. And these are just some of our undergraduate courses. If you're interested, they are all 3-year bachelor's degrees, except for the BFA, that's a 4-year. And there's only one program that is missing, which is computer science and sports management. Those actually, there's 2. So with our bachelor's degrees, because we are in England, they're 3 years long. And the reason for that is you're only doing the degree itself. You're not doing any prerequisites. So this is an example of zoology of what we have. So as you can see, year 1, chemistry of life, biometrics, statistics and math, cell biology. These are all related to zoology. You'll never have to do a creative writing class or anything that's outside of the sciences. And then in year 3, you can actually narrow down your field of study within zoology and be more specific to what you are most passionate about. So that actually saves you a full year's worth of tuition and living expenses. And bachelor's degrees at Roehampton is roughly around, once you do the conversion, about $16,000 a year. Average is $38,000 for the full year. And remember, it's a 3-year degree. And we are FAFSA approved. And for our entry requirements, minimum GPA 2.8, 3.0. We are SAT, ACT optional. But there are some requirements for some subjects, like for life sciences, English, creative writing, and journalism. You need at least 1 AP exam within that subject with a score of 3 or higher. And you can apply directly on our website for free, or you can use UCAS, which is the UK, similar to like a common app, but for the UK system. And these are the 2 application options. And this is my information if you have any questions going forward. And I'm going to pass it off to Josh.
Thank you so much, Jackie. Our next presenter is Elsa from IE University.
Hi, everyone. One second, I'm just going to share my screen. Okay. So welcome to IE University. I'm the local representative of IE, and I will be your point of contact if you have any questions in the future or you're going to interact in any way with our institution. And as most of our students, I have an international background. So at IE, we usually really value diverse experiences. First, with our students, we are one of the most diverse universities in the world. We have 75% of international students. We also offer a diverse student experience in terms of teaching. We via case studies, via virtual reality, 3D learning, and group work, etc. And as an institution, we really stress on our entrepreneurial mindset. We initially started as a business school, and as such, it's like something that's part of our DNA. We have the 7th best incubator in the world. Every year, we have more than 7 startups that end up fundraising more than what they aim for. And this accelerator program is a big part of our identity and one of the main motivations for our students to join IE, usually as 5% of our students end up being entrepreneurs upon graduation and are successful 6 years after graduation. We also focus on the lens of the humanities with sustainability. Mainly, we have a sustainability board. We have a lot of modules that focus on the use of technology for a sustainable future. And we also value a culture of innovation and technology. We have 2 campuses. We're based in Spain. But we have 2 locations in Spain and 1 single IE experience. So my background and the campus that you can see right now is our campus in Madrid. It's a very modern campus. Actually, the first generation studying there is happening this fall. It's a 30-floor skyscraper in the middle of the financial center district. It's extremely tech friendly. You can enter with facial recognition, and we have disinfecting robots on campus. We also, use the sustainable material and operate with renewable energy. By contrast, our second campus is in Segovia, which is an hour away from Madrid. The fun fact is that it's actually older than the United States, and it's a monument preserved by UNESCO. So you will have the opportunity to decide whether you want to study at Madrid or in Segovia, or if you want to mix the best of both worlds and start in Segovia and continue in Madrid. And something that we have in Segovia that marks our identity also is our own gallery / museum called La Casa de la Moneda. Every year our students exhibit and perform different artwork, and we also have a very active art space coming from the community of the local community of Segovia and some international artists. So we're pretty proud of it, and we hope that you'll have the opportunity to experience it. At the bachelor degree, all of our bachelor degrees are entirely taught in English. They're 4 years long, but the tuition fee is like only $25,000. And I'm just going to highlight that independently on the bachelor degree that you're taking, all of our bachelor's degree give you the opportunity to study Spanish and reach the upper intermediate level of Spanish by the time that you graduate. All of our bachelor degree will also give you the opportunity to join something called the IEU labs that I will show you a bit more moving forward. But basically the IEU labs will give you the opportunity to gain 9 months of work experience during your very first year, alongside a working professional, a scholar, and a member of the team of a specific company. So for instance, the design lab last year, they worked with Pepe Jeans. They created the first zero waste campaign of Pepe Jeans, and they actually reduced the electricity budget via the use of search engine optimization and data analytics, and by going paperless. We had 3 students that ended up like interning at Pepe Jeans afterwards, and the rest at least had the opportunity to gain work experience during their very first year. Usually during your second year, you can join our accelerator program as an entrepreneur or simply as an intern to help one of the startups started by our MBA students that have valuable experience and have all the time of the world to train you as they lack financial need and they need to, climb in their projects. All of our bachelor degree will also give you the opportunity to go for an exchange year. You can go for 6 months or a full year, and we have different partnerships across the world, such as Cornell in the US, McGill, Cass Business School in London, and a lot of different universities in South Asia and Europe. The top 3 degrees that I usually highlight are business administration, obviously because of our entrepreneurship historic, but also our bachelor in international relations, as we have a partnership with the United Nations. So outside of the classroom, you usually have access to the language center that I mentioned and a wide variety of clubs. And you will also have the opportunity to launch your career with an advisor that will help you, work on your resume, your cover letter, and everything. The student life is very vibrant, and you can pick among the activities that are the most interesting for you. For example, our theater club will give you the opportunity to write your own play, publish it, and actually perform across Spain. I mentioned the labs earlier, so those are a couple of examples. And if you have any questions, you can ask them. Also, I mentioned the international exchange programs, just to give you an overview, and to help you visualize it, you can have an overview here. And finally, in terms of the admission process, it operates on a non-rolling basis. You can apply to Common App or our own platform, and you will have basically to submit a couple of documents, such as your school transcript, your CV, your a personal essay. And yeah, if you have more questions, you can ask me, and I leave the floor to Josh.
Thank you so much, Elsa. Our next presenter is Rihanna from Roche.
Thank you, Josh. Welcome, everybody. And somebody just has to stop. Elsa, can you stop sharing your screen, and then I guess I could share it. Thank you so much. My name is Rihanna Peasy, and I am the admission counselor for the Northeast USA. And Les Roches is an institution that has been around since the 60s. We have 3 campuses. We have one located in Switzerland, Crans, Montana. We have one in Spain, in Marbella, Costa del Sol. And we have one in Shanghai, China, which is a smaller campus called Jingjiang. The International European College experience is something that I think obviously we're getting a taste of tonight, but this is something that's going to be a little bit different than if you were to study in the US. Our degrees are all accredited by the US, which is a niche accreditation. We have over 100 nationalities on campus. We have applied learning projects, internships, and study abroad opportunities. Smaller class sizes, 15 to 30 students. Everything is in English, but you are going to be learning a foreign language every single semester you're in class with us. We have strong campus support for the students with housing, off-campus housing, obviously student life we're going to go into. I'm going to show you a little bit about the alumni and also how we work with industry partners. So Les Roches Global Hospitality, business education, it's not just a school, it's a way of life. This institution is obviously very international, and we are accredited and we are recognized as one of the top 3 institutions in the world for an international career in hospitality, management, and leisure. That was a 2020 survey that was done. Why is that? Well, we are very entrepreneurial. We also have an innovation lab. We have 2 innovation labs, one in Switzerland, where a lot of innovation has always been the founding father of that country, and also in Spain. We have 98% employment rate on graduation. Again, we have over 2,700 students, but on each, that's spread out over 3 campuses. So you're going to get a really smaller faculty to student ratio. And again, over 100 nationalities on campus. So I think that accreditation is very important, because if you're going to then come back to the US or anywhere to get a master's, you do have to have the Bachelor of Business to be accredited. Okay, so on the top left, we're seeing the beautiful Italian Alps. This is Crans, Montana, Bruges, Switzerland. We have 3 restaurants. We have Roots, we have the Marketplace, and we have the B4 Bakery. This is where students are actually practicing their skills and learning a lot about hospitality. I love this campus. It's where a lot of people go skiing. It's where a lot of people get to explore the wilderness. It's very quaint. And then you have the city of Marbella, Costa del Sol. Again, we have the faculty that are working with the students for the practical learning, but also the academic portion. And then, of course, Shanghai, which is Jingjiang, which is a huge city in China. We have students from all over the world that come to this campus. And then you can always just transfer off to our other schools, or you can do a semester abroad. very career focused. We work on the academic learning, the practical learning, and the internships. Together, this is going to form a really strong CV so you get a job. And that's the point of going to college. But also just to experience student life and obviously to experience Europe. So this is the flow of our bachelor program. Again, like I said, we really focus on the practical learning aspect of immersion skills. And then we will work on our internship, which is a worldwide internship. It's for 6 months long. And then you focus on through semester 3 and semester 4. That's when you can go and study abroad, or you can just stay in Switzerland. We have another internship, semester 5, which is more managerial. And then you finish off your semester 6 and 7 with one of these specializations. It's similar to like if you were to major in, I don't know, like I majored in science, but then I focused on interior design. This is how you would focus on international business, either entrepreneurship, digital marketing, resort development, or hotel finance. We also have a master's program. We have a graduate program, master's in hospitality strategy and digital transformation, understanding how that works. We have an MBA, and we have a marketing and corporate luxury. The career coaching and support that we set our students up with is amazing. And I think it's really beneficial to have that support. And let's just step back and look at the regular hospitality world, which is, as we know it, hotels, right? These are all the companies that come to recruit students for internship. The difference is now is that we have a sharing economy. The sharing economy is not like what it used to be in terms of hotels, restaurants, travel, and tourism. This is looking at international events, e-commerce, luxury, social media, sports, real estate. This is a part of the industry that is growing, and it's fantastic because it's a huge umbrella, and you just have to understand what makes you happy and where are your passions, and you can find one of those career paths. Student life is amazing. We get to really focus on outdoors, adventure, going on city tours. A lot of kids like to ski, or in Marbella, they go golfing or go to the beach. We also have off-campus housing, on-campus housing, very Swiss, and these little like chalets. And then in Spain, it's basically like you're living in a hotel, but it's very safe, all secure. And you always get like facilities like gyms and what have you. If you guys are under college age, like 15, 16, 17, come to Switzerland, come to Spain, come to China, and just do a 1-week camp. This is really to experience Switzerland, to understand how the culture works, but also understand how our student body works. And then this is just the profile of the student that we're kind of looking for, to have all the skills that you would need, people person, leadership skills. Oh, there's my timer. So just it's really important to remember, we're having a live session next month, which is going to be, you have to register here, but you could just email me and I can send you the link, and you can learn about more from our alumni and our student body. Thank you for joining. And that is all. I will stop share.
Thank you so much, Rihanna. Our next presenter is Sarah from the American College, Dublin.
Hi, everyone. Just gonna share my screen. Okay, there we go. Hi, everyone. My name is Sarah Healy, and I am the admissions recruiter for the American College of Dublin here in the States. So throughout the presentation, I will refer to the American College as ACD, just so you all don't get confused if you hear these 3 random letters. So before we start, I just wanted to show you all this picture of, this is a pretty standard street in Dublin. There's plenty to do. There's restaurants, stores, pubs, and a lot for you to explore. That's kind of like Dublin in a whole sense. There's plenty of culture to find, stores to find, and there's a lot of opportunities to explore. And then at the end of the street, you can see St. Anne's Church. So that is the church that ACD hosts their formal graduation ceremonies. So there's something for you to look forward to a little further down the road. So what makes ACD so special is that it is an Irish American university, which means that it is duly accredited. So it upholds the standards of accrediting bodies both from Ireland and the US. And those bodies are the Quality and Qualifications Ireland and the Middle States Commission on Higher Education through the US. So what this means is that we kind of offer 2 different paths for our students. So we offer that standard American path, which is the 4 years. So you get your degree, but you also get those extra core curriculum classes that don't necessarily pertain to your main degree. And then we have the Irish path, which is you go in knowing exactly the degree that you want, and you get that in 3 years. So you really don't take any other classes except for the ones that pertain to your degree. So it's a really great opportunity for you to realize who you are as a student, and pick that path that makes the most sense for you. So as a very small school, we have about 200 students undergrad. We definitely are able to offer extremely small and interactive lectures. So our classes at ECD are typically less than 20 students. I was actually there in February and I was able to sit in on a few classes, and it was more like 7 to 12, depending on the different course. But this arrangement, which we really care a lot about for our students, facilitates an interactive experience with discussion, debate, and of course, a little sprinkle of Irish wit. But this also allows for a lot of discussion, not only between students and the professor, but students and their peers. We want to encourage a flow of knowledge between everyone in the classroom and not have it be so strict between professor and student. And we think that this small setup really allows the classroom to behave like that. So we are a small school in the heart of Dublin, right on Marion Square. So we want to encourage our students to really discover Dublin. We want you to know that not only is our campus your campus, but so is Dublin. And we want you to go and see what you're learning about in the classroom. The National Art Museum is about a 2-minute walk from ACD. So there's a lot of opportunities for you to explore and discover a lot of amazing, great things that the city has to offer. So here I'll just go over our bachelor's courses. So we have the 3-year bachelor's, like I mentioned before, and we refer to those as the kind of the honors. So we have those in international business and liberal arts, and then we have our 4-year bachelor's in international business, hospitality management, event management, liberal arts with a specialization in English, history, Irish studies, and American studies, and then a 4-year BFA in musical theater, performance, and creative writing. We also have master's programs. So if you have any questions about that later on, you can feel free to email me, and my email will be at the end of the slideshow. So next, I want to briefly talk about our internship modules. So this is a capstone module for our classes in international business, hospitality management, event management, musical theater, and then 3 of our master's programs. So this internship module is so important to us because we want you to get real world experience that you can put on your resume, something that you can graduate with and feel really confident in applying to jobs and going to interviews and working in a business environment. Especially that a lot of big companies have their European headquarters in Dublin, including Google, Facebook, Airbnb, Twitter, just to name a few. And we have a great advisor system at ACD that will help you along the way, and that will help you get placed in the perfect spot for you. So that's something that we're really excited about. So ACD welcomes applicants from every corner of the globe. So our requirements are really aimed at gathering a holistic view of the applicant. We really want to get to know who you are as a student and a person and what drives you and what you're passionate about. So because of this, what's required is a minimum 2.0 GPA. And then for mature students or transfer students, a resume or CV, and any previous 3rd level transcript. And then a personal statement. So this is the area for the students to really vouch for themselves and be able to paint a picture of who you are as a student. And then the rest of these are just optional, obviously not required, but if you feel like they paint a better picture of you, feel free. The tuition and fees for non-European students for the normal undergrad is €9,000, which right now is about $10,600. And that's for the year, which is great. We're excited about our competitive pricing. And then if you have any other questions, feel free to email me at shealy@acdireland.edu. Thank you so much. And I will hand it back over to Josh.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Our next presenter is Maggie from the University College Cork.
Hold on. Oh, sorry.
Thanks, Josh. 1 second, guys. Let me get this presentation going so we can stick around and learn a little bit more about Ireland. So again, my name is Maggie Cardosi. I'm the North American officer for University College Cork, and I am based in the New York City area, and I look after all the students from the United States and Canada. So if you have any questions, I'm happy to help you, and my contact details will be on at the end of the presentation. So talk a little bit about UCC. We're located just 10 minutes walk away from the heart of the Cork City Centre, which is Ireland's second largest city and located in the south of Ireland near the coast. Our university is we're ranked in some of the top 2 universities worldwide, which means that your degree, whatever it is that you decide to study with us, is going to mean something when you leave. We're a socially minded and civically engaged university with a lot of connections within the community in Cork and within the wider community in Ireland, which I'll talk about later. We're also very environmentally conscious and have been designated as the world's first green campus. We have over 22,000 students from 104 countries every year, and we have a wealth of student supports and activities to help you feel like you're having a true experience, whether that's getting involved with a society or a sport club or kind of peer-to-peer mentoring and things like that. Like I said, we have a multi-layered approach to our student supports, and that's made us really #1 for the student experience in Ireland. And our teaching and learning is really kind of focused around this idea of nurturing work-ready and world-ready students. So your degrees are going to have practical applications, and you're going to be learning skills in creative thinking, digital fluency, social responsibility, and we focus on preparing students to be effective global citizens who recognize and challenge inequality. So here's a really nice picture, an aerial view of our campus facing out to the west. As I mentioned, we're a 10 minutes walk from the heart of Cork City. So you really get the really great balance in having access to a lot of great amenities like arts and entertainment, travel opportunities, food, culture, and all of that. But also you have a nice proper campus to spend your time on as well. Everything is walkable within about 10 minutes of our campus, including our academic buildings. We have student apartments as our accommodation option, health center, sports arena, a student hub, and even an art gallery on our campus. So everything you need is right there at your fingertips. I'm going to talk a little bit about our undergraduate degrees. So we have over 130 direct entry options available for undergraduate study. And as I mentioned, they are internationally recognized. So your degree is going to mean something wherever you decide to go, whether it's sticking around in Ireland after you graduate to take advantage of our one-year stay-back visa, or heading home to the United States, or going anywhere else in the world. Our options are very focused in nature, so we don't have general education requirements, and you do need to know what you want to study kind of at the beginning. Our options are across our 4 different colleges, and we have some really great degrees kind of in the usual areas of the usual suspects like politics, English, languages, sciences, engineering, business, law, and even medicine and health. But we have some really cool niche programs or unique programs like undergraduate anthropology, criminology, forensics with, chemistry with forensic science, and even public health at the undergraduate level. Most of our programs include study abroad or work placement. So again, making sure you're work ready and world ready. And we have a lot of connections in industry within Cork and elsewhere. So that means that 94% of our undergraduate students are employed or engaged in further study within 6 months of graduation. And this is just kind of a snapshot of the industry partners that we have. And we are one of the top universities for industry engagement and research funding. So there's a lot of opportunities that go along with that. So you'll see here, Cork is a hub for several different industries, engineering, pharma, ICT, food science, marine and energy science, and financial services. But these places are hiring graduates from the full suite of degrees, including arts and humanities too. So one last little bit about application. So we do direct applications. You can apply directly to us, and we do rolling admission from December 10th every year. It's about a 3 to 5 week return on a completed application, and you should be prepared to supply your transcript, a personal statement, and letters of recommendation. And we are waiving the SAT and ACT requirement for this year. We also have scholarships available, which is really nice. And if you have any questions about particular entry requirements or anything like that, you're more than welcome to contact me. As I said, I'm based here in the States, and I'm happy to kind of help you weigh your options or talk you through, which degrees might be the best fit for you. So thanks again, and I'm going to hand it on back over to Josh, who can hand it to Neve to bring up the end of the presentation.
Thank you so much, Maggie. And our last presentation, certainly not least, is Neve from University of Limerick.
Hi everyone, Kate Mila Falcha. Big hello here from Ireland. I'm a little bit further away than some of the other presenters, but not as far away as others. Thanks Maggie for that, appreciate it. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the University of Limerick. We're based on the west coast of Ireland. Hopefully now get these slides to, there we go. So we're based on the west coast. I like to call us the gateway to the wild Atlantic way. We are basically literally located right at the corner of where the River Shannon heads for the Atlantic across your way towards America, and you have this magnificent driveway and beaches the whole way up along the west coast of Ireland. So that's where we're located. The city has a population of about 200,000 people, and we're the third largest city in Ireland, just behind Cork. And when we say 200,000 people, it's probably like a small town for most of you over there in the United States. The best thing that I love about Limerick is the authenticity of it. I'm living down here about 12 years now. My brother, my sister, we all came down to study in Limerick. We all ended up staying, but it's got a real Irish community feel about it, as well as having everything that a big city and a major city has to offer for both students and young adults, which is wonderful. That's King's John Castle there in the picture, and that's the River Shannon. And there's concerts and different things that you can attend, and festivals and different things that go on in around the castle and around the city centre. And as you can see there, we're very central then to be able to travel not only around Europe, as Shannon International Airport is located about 20 minutes from campus. Actually, you can thank Shannon Airport for duty free. That's where duty free was originally invented and started from, was in Shannon in Ireland. You can tell that we're an hour from Galway, 2 and a bit from Dublin, and about an hour and a bit down to Cork. So really great opportunity to be able to travel around Ireland and see it at weekends when studying with us. So similar to my other colleagues that were on the call, we don't do general education in Ireland, and I'm not going to go into it too much because you would have learned from that from Maggie. But we have 4-year undergraduate degrees, but these are some of the major awards and achievements that we have at the university that I really like to focus on. And I'm very proud to say that we're ranked #1 in the world for international student happiness and #1 globally for social activities. And it's really important for us at the university to make sure that we give you a top quality education that's internationally recognized, but also making sure that we look after you outside the classroom as well, to make sure that you develop as a young adult and be able to make friends and interact with people. And that's they're the 2 main keys for us. And you can see there, best quality for accommodation in Ireland, best library in Ireland, and sports facilities, which is a big one for me because I am a huge sports fan. And we'll get you playing some Irish sports when you come over to study with us. The other thing that we're really proud on is our graduate employability rates. We've been 97% graduate employability rate, or they go on to do a master's with us. And the reason for that is because we have embedded internships in all of our undergraduate programs. So you have to go out on 6 to 8 months work experience as part of your undergraduate program. And the way those work is we place over 2,000 students with 1,900 different companies worldwide, and it's paid placement organized with the university. And these are just some of the companies in the Limerick region that we have 5 minutes down the road from campus, or 30 minutes based in the city centre or the far side of the city centre, depending on where you're going. You can see Uber, Johnson & Johnson, Jaguar, Land Rover, Cook Medical, some really, really big companies there. And we also send students, around the world. Some students go to Japan for hospitality and international studies as well, and for Japanese studies. So you're kind of wondering what we have to offer at the University of Limerick. We have science and engineering, education and health sciences, arts, humanities, social sciences, and business. And once again, we don't do general ed, so you very much have to know the career path that you want to go into when studying with us. To apply, it's really easy. We're on the Common App. And at the moment we are looking at flex optional for SATs and ACTs. So entry requirements are flex optional, and some will require SATs or ACT depending on the program, but just get in touch with me. I'll talk you through the whole application, and I'll be there to support you every step of the way. So when it comes to the undergraduate degrees, you can see there I mentioned about the work experience, and that is a massive emphasis because we really want to make sure that we get you job ready and get you set and go into the industry that you really want to work in and to excel in it. Also, then we have the opportunity to do an Erasmus exchange, where you can go to one of our European partners to do a semester abroad, and it doesn't cost you anything extra to go and do that, which is really, really important for you to know. Then small, large, all different types of sizes when it comes to lecturing, tutorial classes. We have scholarships available for all 4 faculties, and we also have the Peter Real Analog Devices Scholarship available for students as well when they're applying to us. It's a special scholarship that's given to undergraduate students coming from the US, from Analog Devices, which is a big multinational company based out of Boston, and they've got their European headquarters based in Limerick. When it comes to cost and tuition fees, the university would generally come in at the same cost as in-state tuition fees, depending on the state that you're in. But on average, it'd probably be below the 38,000 when you take in all costs, on-campus accommodation, your own private bedroom, with ensuite, flights, food for the year, the whole works, a little bit of miscellaneous for spending on clothes or traveling around Europe. You can get your financial aid with the University of Limerick along with your US veteran benefits as well. Now, when we talk about the financial aid, it's the loans and not the Pell Grant. Just remember that when you're applying to international schools, to make sure that you apply the same way you do to a US university, but the Pell Grant will not transfer outside the US. So you are only applying for the loans. So once again, as I mentioned, we really want to make sure that we look after you both inside and outside the classroom. So with the on-campus accommodation, there's over 3,000 bedrooms on campus. Everything, and I mean everything's provided. There's towels and bed linen, the whole bed's ready, so that when you get off the flight, we pick you up at the airport, we bring you down, you can have a shower and get into bed to get over the jet lag. Clubs and societies is a massive part. We are known as the UL Wolves. Wolfie is our mascot. I actually left him down in the office because I'm back home because it's so late at night here. But Wolfie's my travel buddy. We've over 80 different clubs and societies for you to join. And no matter where you go to university, I highly recommend you get involved in your clubs and societies as much as you can. We have full supports on campus, so nurse, doctors, counsellors, the whole works. And then we have a 7-week orientation program. And I am so over my 6 minutes. Sorry, Josh. I am literally at the end. My contact details are there, so if anybody wants to reach out to me, please do, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you may have. Thanks, Josh.
Thank you so much, Niamh. And with that, we will end our presentation. Thank you so much to the students and parents for joining us. Thank you to the presenters as well. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We really appreciate any feedback you can provide. Also, this was just one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for another. There's one more round after this yet tonight. In about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all the other sessions recordings on the same website where you registered. Thanks again to our presenters. We really enjoyed hearing about your universities. Everyone have a great rest of their day.